Turkana University was established in 2017. It is a constituent college of Masinde Muliro University. Turkana University has 3 schools. We have the School of Business and Economics, we have the School of Education and Social Sciences, and we have the School of Science. Turkana University admits both national and international students. We have the students under the COOPS program, and we have the self-sponsored program. Within our self-sponsored program, we have the students from South Sudan, who are the refugees and sponsored by Windle Trust. And the other students are from within Turkana County. A good number of them work with Turkana County government. So those are our major clients. A good number of the students we've got is from Southern Sudan. But from our marketing, we've marketed across, and we are expecting students from Ethiopia, Sudan, and Uganda. You should join Turkana University. Turkana University offers the programs that you need. We are market-oriented. We offer what is required in the market. Agriculture, science and technology, mathematics. We carry out CBC programs. We offer short courses that are offered at the Kenya School of Government. This is where you can get what you want. You need it, we have it here at Turkana University. Turkana University is the cradle of knowledge. Welcome to Turkana University.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Karibuni Turkana. For those who have never been to Turkana, welcome to Lodwar. For those who have never been to Lodwar and you're looking for a place exquisite, mahali safi, inakarika yuko home, welcome to Open Apartments. It's an A&B located in Nawaitoro. Man, I'm telling you, the ambience, legit. Everything legit. If you're a fan of Netflix, for instance, you have a person and you don't want to get bored, there's Netflix, there's YouTube, free Wi-Fi, ample parking, there is kitchen, by the way. Si lazima uende kwa hoteli ukule, there is kitchen maze, and then their bed. I am telling you, you need to visit Open Apartments. Anytime, any day. If you're in Lodwar or you're traveling to Lodwar, official sponsors of Chocha TV. I'll see you here. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Karibuni Turkana. For those who have never been to Turkana,
work with Turkana County government. So those are our major clients. A good number of the students we've got is from Southern Sudan. But from our marketing, we've marketed across, and we are expecting students from Ethiopia, Sudan, and Uganda. You should join Turkana University. Turkana University offers the programs that you need. We are market oriented. We offer what is required in the market. Agriculture, science and technology, mathematics. We carry out CBC programs. We offer short courses that are offered at the Kenya School of Government. This is where you can get what you want. You need it, we have it here at Turkana University. Turkana University is the cradle of knowledge. Welcome to Turkana University.
Ladies and gentlemen, karibuni tena na tena na tena. This is Chocha TV, stroke Ateker TV, coming to you live from the Turkana University College. And we are streaming live on our YouTube channel also. This is Turkana with Ekiru. So for those who are at home, karibuni. But in the meantime, we are introducing our moderators, the official moderators of township debate and each and every debate that we'll be having. One and only Dr. Tioko Augustine Logiron, karibu sana, and the phenomenon Turkana Queen of Radio, Miss Triza Kachila. Karibu sana, Daktari.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chocha TV online streaming from Turkana University. This is Lodwar Township debate for the members of County Assembly. To start with, I would wish to congratulate the brains behind the show, Turkana University College, Opal Apartments, Sunbream, K-Bata, and other sponsors of this show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching us at home, you can join us via YouTube. This is Turkana with Ekiru, Chocha TV Live, Ateker TV. Welcome. Our guests who have already arrived, welcome to Chocha TV Live. Before we proceed with the show, my colleague Teresa Kachila will take us through the House rules. This is a political debate and it should be governed by the House rules. Welcome, Teresa.
Good evening. As you've been told, I'm Teresa Kachila, and here are our House rules. My colleague has introduced himself, and the House rules for the candidates are as follows. We'd like the first to congratulate the candidates who have arrived. Thank you so much for honoring this debate. I would like you to switch off your phones or to put it on flight mode so that the show may not be interrupted. And we'd also ask you that as we continue, please let our tempers be temporal. As in Turkana, we know that our anger can flare up. Please just try and maintain. And let us not despise each other. No use of vulgar language. And each question, you'll be given 2 minutes to answer the question.
And to our dear audience who are watching us live, Please share your comments. We will have time to read the comments so that our candidates will respond. And to the ladies and gentlemen in the house, we don't encourage you, if you are harmed, do not come with your gun inside or your knife. Do not be judgmental. Do not clap when your candidate has scored what you want that person score. We are here to moderate so that the populace of township can understand the aspirants. We are not competing among ourselves. We are here for the sake of the Turkana cosmopolitan town. Very well. To start the show, I would wish each of the aspirants to introduce himself or herself, starting from the guy who is spectacled. Tell us who you are. Give us a brief introduction.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the Chucha TV, the entire crew, and all who have come to this today's show. I'm Daniel Erot Lomalia. A Christian, and then married with one wife, with 5 children, and an aspirant Lodwar Township, and hope we'll definitely enjoy the show. Thank you so much, Chucha TV, undertaker.
Maybe before you finish up with the introduction, tell us where you schooled, your party, where you're born and bred, your profession, and your experience. In brief, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, moderator. As I said, I'm Lomalia Daniel, born and brought up in Lodwar. It happened I schooled in my primary education in Kwameko Primary, then joined all-level education in high school, Lodwar High School. Then I pursued my bachelor's of business management. That is my first bachelor's, and the second bachelor's in counseling psychology. I'm aspirant under the party of Democratic Congress.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's go to the other candidate.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself, where you schooled, your party, where you are born and bred, your profession and experience. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Cheko, Trisa Kachila, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Moses Ekalebe. I'm a Christian, not just a Christian, but a born-again Christian, and married to one wife, 5 children, so that's I'm a family man. And I went to school in primary. I joined Loyo. Then I went to St. Kevin Secondary. Then thereafter, I joined Mount Kenya University, which is now the current building that we are, currently Turkana University. I did my degree, bachelor's in business management, option banking and finance. And by profession, I am an accountant. I'm an accountant by profession, but currently I'm a businessman. I was born and raised here in Lodwar, and that is where I stay currently. I am in Amani National Congress, that is my party, and my party leader is Honorable Musalia Mudavadi in a coalition of Kenya Kwanza. That is where I belong, and I am an aspirant of Lodwar Township Ward. That is the municipality.
Thank you, Moses. Teresa?
Okay, to each of the candidates, let's start with Honorable Lomalia. I would just like each of the candidates so that you may give us a summary of your manifesto. Just give us the first critical 3 of them. Remember to keep time, 2 minutes for each question.
Thank you so much, Kachila. I think there's some key points that are the guide of my aspiration towards Mca Township. As you understand, we have key roles that are supposed to be implemented by a member of county assembly. And that is what is guiding me rather than going out of board. First and foremost, this is a little bit of my manifesto. So there are 6 key agendas that I will definitely distribute to Chocha TV crew and the rest of members in the house. First of all, it is about clean tapped water. That is one of the default functions that has to be implemented to the latter by a member of county assembly. Then the second one is to promote education. Then the third one, it is to improve infrastructure that is inclusive to a number of structures that are supposed to be in place so that we can definitely have a very conducive town that is the headquarters of Turkana County. The fourth one is on the issue of vulnerable member of community. That is one of the mandate of our county government to ensure the vulnerable community, the vulnerable members in the community are being taken care of. That is kind of promoting social protection so that they can definitely ensure their life is also comfortable. The other aspect is about social empowerment. That is so much social-economical empowerment that is so much paramount in our groups, in our women, in our youth. That is what should be spearheaded within the flow of the house so that we ensure our people are enjoying the fruits of devolution. Last but not least is the disease of equal job creation and opportunity to all. That is having creativity to create jobs for our youth. Because the most affected population right now, they are the youth. And the youth are so much affected because most of them are idle in the streets, in the villages. So it needs the brains that will definitely come and articulate issues pertaining jobs.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you,
so much.
Daniel. We will now cross to Moseti. Tell us 3 critical issues in your agenda that you think, given an opportunity of becoming MCA Lodwar Township, you will do in your 100 days.
Thank you very much, Daktari, and the members here. I just want to be brief on agendas because my agendas are people's driven. And the 3 key pillars of my agendas, one of my agendas is education, because I know where I'm coming from, and I know for us to ensure we are equal to the rest of the world, In education, there are two key issues or areas that are devolved. One is to ensure I will improve the existing ECDs by ensuring we have the standards one that are going to ensure our kids are getting the basic skills and education. The other one under education is scholarship. I know there's a bill that is currently in the county assembly. Mine is to ensure, given opportunity in this county assembly, at least I will ensure that bill has been passed so that our vulnerable kids, those who have scored good marks, at least the county government will sponsor them fully through that scholarship that will be introduced in the next government. Water, that one is a basic need. And currently, some of us are not getting water in our taps. I will work with the county government, the next government, to ensure we have storage tanks. For instance, in Lodwar Township, we have bowls, but we don't have more water in our taps because we don't have storage tanks that are supposed to store water for consumption. Health facilities. Health is critical. I know we have health centers around. Given chance, I will improve by ensuring we have nurses, we have all the medics, experts, and at least to ensure after every 2 kilometers, we have a health facility. We have health facility in each and every 2 kilometers so that our people can get services in their doorsteps. And food security. Food security is very important. We understand, and I have some research with FAO, and I've realized that there are crops that can do well here. I will ensure there are some of irrigation schemes that are not working currently, like one in Kakwanyang, it's not working, in Lokipetot, it's not working. So given chance, I will work closely with the next government to ensure we've pumped some resources and also ensure I have done an oversight role, played the oversight role to ensure those irrigation schemes are working. And by doing that, we will ensure we have food in our tables, and also that one will help our mamas sell horticulture, that is onions, that is like mboga. And
Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Moses. We can now cross to Teresa.
Thank you so much, Honorable Lomalia. I'll ask my questions according to your manifesto. First, being a resident of Lodwar Township, you realize that as you've talked of clean tap water, you'll know that the problem of clean water emerges from Loasco and all that. What are you going to do because of this issue that has been recurrent for a very long time? Also putting in mind about the cartels who are in the water company.
Thank you so much, Katila. That's a very good question that touches each and every resident of Lodwar Township. And if not the entire county, actually. But specifically, Lodwar Township is so much, the residents of Lodwar Township are suffering out of lack of clean water. I was born and brought up in Lodwar, the way I said, and I used to be sent by my mother to go and fetch water in River Takwel or River Kawalase. So, having gone through such kind of hardships, I really need to ensure some change is in place. What I mean is realistic change in terms of provision of water services. And what I will do as a legislator of Lodwar Township, one of the things is to table a bill, to sponsor a bill that will definitely tackle the barriers of water provision in township. having in mind this is the headquarter, the heartbeat of Turkana, that has to set good example for each and every service profession. So I will ensure as a legislator, as a key priority during my tenure, that some of default function like basic needs like water that you cannot do minus, we ensure we go head on with the cartels. That is to devolve that function so that it can be not run or managed by a private company. Because most of the cartels are within that private company. This is a private company, they need to make profit. But what I will definitely try to champion over that bill, it is to ensure such kind of service provision is being handled by the county government, so that county government can definitely manage such kind of sectors. And then after you ensure everything is in order in terms of management of water provision, you have to ensure you provide a number of boreholes. You divide Lodwar Township into a number of sections. Then using the same borehole or sharing the borehole, the same borehole with a number of population in Lodwar, we need to have a number of boreholes across in each and every village. Like right now in Nakwamekwi, the population of Nakwamekwi cannot be served by one borehole. It will definitely be served by a number of boreholes after subdividing that sublocation into a number of section I mean. So that you can definitely have boreholes that are meant for population of Nakwamekwi. Then come to township, that is the Lodwar Town sublocation. You need to have a number of boreholes too. Prioritizing even the government entity, the government premises, like the DCs, they should definitely have their own borehole. Institutions like hospital, they should definitely have their own borehole so that they can definitely access enough water all the time. Like the likes of Napetet, you should definitely ensure they have a number of boreholes there. That is how I want to approach these things. And then we need to ensure we have the right formula on how to arrive the right answer in terms of water provision. That is on how to have a number of boreholes across, then having some bit of raised water tank.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Mheshimiwa Moses raised the same issue on water. As a member of Parliament, Lodwar Township, you understand the dynamics of water shortage. You've seen mamas rushing to River Takwel to collect water. To my understanding, you come from Nakwamekwi, and Nakwamekwi is one of the suburbs that suffers from water shortage. The county government invested in Nakwamekwi water, and I'm told it is dead like a dodo. As the incoming MCA, how will you sort out the menace of water from the grassroots level to the community level and institutions? Number two, do you think Lowasco is working? If it's not working, what will be your solution? Finally, water cartels are all over. How are you going to sort out that issue? Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Tioko. One, on the issues of cartels. Some of us were in this town and we know these cartels. So given opportunity or given a chance to be the MCA, member of County Assembly, Lodwar Municipality, one, we will work with police and DCI to ensure we have arrested them, because the issue of water, especially in Nakwamekwi, sometimes back 3 years ago, we did a demonstration, and I was leading that demonstration because some people went and messed with the water in Nakwamekwi, not only in Nakwamekwi, but also in some of the areas in this county. And Daktari, you see, I don't need to introduce a bill in the floor of a house for us to ensure we have dealt with the issues of water menace in this municipality. We know that the population has grown, and we are still using the same storage tanks. The same storage tanks, the same piping system is the same thing that we are still using. And that is where the problem of water is. If given a chance, I will ensure through the roles of the MCA, that is the oversight role, and the representation, I will ensure I will work and follow up the budgeting processes to ensure the budget allocation has been used at the right time, at the right thing. We'll ensure we have storage tanks, because even today, we have plenty of water, but we don't have storage tanks in Nakwamekwi. So if we will have storage tanks in our village or in the municipality, we will have water flow to each and every tap. So the population has grown. What will you do? We need to have a storage tank. On the issue of Lowasco, I cannot judge them. What I can say, it is the failure of the government. The government and the current MCAs are supposed to put Lowasco on checks and balance to ensure what they are doing. If given chance, I will ensure I'll put them on checks and balance to ensure what is your role. The role of Lowasco is to ensure they have done piping. That is finished. The role of the county government is to ensure they have drilled boreholes around the banks of the river. And we have water. We have plenty of water. What we lack is the oversight role, and some people are sleeping in their jobs. We will wake up, we will tell them, wake up, you have slept there long enough. It is now time to ensure we have storage tanks, we have increased the piping system so that water can reach to everybody. The issue of cartels, that one, we just need to arrest them. We cannot joke with them. They have already joked with us. It is high time we finish these issues of water cartels, because they are the people who are eating from the offices. They are big men, and we know them. And some of them have cases, even in the current county assembly. They have cases that are with EACC. Ours is just to follow. And the work of the MCA is not to drill a ball. Mine is to ensure, because I'm an expert in budgeting processes, I will call experts and ensure we put the money in the budget. Then from there we will follow up. So that is what I can say. We have issues of water. What we need to do.
Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Moses. Before we cross to the other set of questions for the MCAs in the House, we would wish to notify the plenary that we'll give them time to ask questions. We have some questions online. We will respond to them via our MCAs. We would wish to notify you that we had invited 6 MCAs. We had invited Alice, Ruth Kuya, what is the name of that gentleman? But we are sorry that we've only received apology from Mama Ruth Kuya. She has lost her mom. May her soul rest in peace. Yes, those are apologies from the MCAs who are supposed to be coming. The other question, I will start from this side, Moseti side. You said when you come, you'll handle education issues. I hope you are noting these issues down. I am not seeing anyone with a notebook. Maybe you are geniuses. I hope you'll get the questions correctly. You said you will sort out the issue of education for all by handling ECD infrastructures, bursaries, and ensuring that guys go to national schools. Let me start with infrastructure. ECD is a devolved function. And among the Turkana community, we are only attracted to ECDs because of supplementary feeding program. Before you start infrastructure, how do you intend to handle the issue of the personnel, the supplementary feeding program? On the issue of the bursaries, there is a bill that gave a distribution of bursaries to each ward. And Lodwar Township, being a cosmopolitan and a populous ward, how are you going to handle that? Then on the issue of bursaries to the best students, how do you intend to set a framework for monitoring and evaluation on students who will be going to national schools based on the marks they get? Thank you. Back to you, Moseti.
Thank you very much, Dr. First question on the issues of ECD. I understand that I know not all the parts of Lodwar Township is affected, but I know for a fact there are some areas in this county that if you cannot have a feeding program for our kids, you'll never find them in school. I will work with partners like Mary Mills and other partners, and also to work with the county government, because I understand we have some food supplements for ECD. I will ensure, because as much as it's not part of what I'm supposed to be doing, but I will work with the Ministry of Education to ensure at least, especially the ECDs that are in the remote areas of Lodwar Township and those that are also in towns, to ensure at least we have food supplements like porridge and other needed meals, and also to build an environment that is conducive for our kids. For instance, we need to have a playing ground for them. We need to have people who are experts, and we are going to work closely with the ministry that is concerned on issues of recruitment. We will put some budgets, or rather increase the budget, so that we'll have more personnel in our ECDs and people who are qualified. Because on the first batch, when they were recruiting ECD teachers, we had insufficient number of teachers, and not all of them were qualified, but a few. But for now, I know we have qualified personnel, and we are going to ensure we've increased their number. On issues of bursary, you know, Dr. For us to ensure our kids or our students are working extra hard, we must ensure at least we've supported them. If we introduce and say in each and every kid, or rather vulnerable child, that's going to get 350 marks, or whoever has been called to national schools, that is Lodwar School, Turkana Girls, and other provincial schools, and even outside the county, we we will talk, or rather work with the county government to ensure the bill that is sleeping in the county assembly, that has no use in the county assembly, we will activate that bill to ensure we've introduced a scholarship program to our children, especially those ones that are going to study even in the universities that have taken technical courses like engineering, like even other demanded courses that are in the job market. We will work with them so and ensure we've given them opportunities, we've given them the scholarship that is needed, and that one we will even improve the other children to work extra hard for them to get the scholarship. I think yeah.
Thank you, Mose. We go now to Daniel. Do you have questions for Daniel?
Okay, Honorable Lomali, I think I'll need you to tackle the same question. Education is wide on its own, but I'd like you to tackle this, that we have shortage of teachers in Turkana as a county, and the most affected one is Lodwar Township. Most of the teachers, the Turkana teachers got their jobs in Turkana County, and some got greener pastures. So what are you going to do so as to make the youths who have shunned teaching as a career, so how are you going to entice them so that they may come back and come back to the teaching fraternity and help our own? And when tackling that, I would also like you to tackle the needy students. As we are speaking, some of them have not yet joined Form 1 because of school fees.
Thank you so much, Katila. I think education is one of the key and the major agenda that has to be utilized and to be approached in a different perspective, to say. Because Turkana is one of the semi-arid areas, or even arid areas. So, and the only source of livelihood, to say, right now, because of the climatical change, it is education. That's why it needs some brains who understand what is meant by being educated. And having in mind the illiteracy level is so much high, we are still there. So this is a giant in the house that needs some brains, that needs some people who can articulate issues, who can represent, who can argue in the flow of the house, so that some of realistic change can happen, to say. I think having that in mind, there is shortage of teachers because there is this ideology that was set by the previous leadership, or to say, that being a teacher is somebody that is not honored in the community. That has actually affected a number of upcoming generation towards teaching. And having that picture in mind of low payment of teachers, we need to ensure we increase salaries so that education can definitely be an impressive sector that will encourage the upcoming generation to join. Because the picture right now that we are experiencing across the county in teaching fraternity, it's somehow pathetic to say. I'm very much sorry to go deeper. Because if you are given a certain school in rural area and you compare that teacher, then you see the life is not really what it's supposed to be as a professional.
Thank you, Daniel.
So
Thank you,
I've not
Daniel.
tackled. I've cleared daktari.
Time. We still have.
I've not tackled the other.
We
the
have
other
an
the other
array
question.
of issues. Please come up.
I think we need to have on how we can introduce some bit of support in terms of sponsorship or scholarship, so that it can encourage a number of students to go for that course here in Turkana, because that is a major place we should definitely encourage people to join, the students. And then we ensure the bursaries, the LATIF, are supporting all students who will definitely go for that particular course. It will definitely encourage them, if at all they will definitely get enough money through my articulation, so that some funds can definitely be added in bursary and even in LATIF. So it will definitely encourage that. So in teachers, that will definitely encourage many people to join teaching, and will definitely increase the number of teachers in our county, and then we'll definitely curb that problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. For follow online, someone is saying that that is how you talk before we ingie kwa kiti. I don't know how that is. I'm reading random questions. Someone also is saying, I think we have county government scholarship program ongoing. Then someone is saying that is the truth. Now, we want to take you back to our audience so that they can ask you questions based on the two issues you've indicated in your top 3 issues that you want to handle in Lodwar Township. That is education and water. Maybe we can get questions from the plenary before we proceed. Anyone who has a question? Tell us your name. Tell us your name and your question.
Thank you.
You can start, Collins.
My name is Nakesio Collins. Thanks for coming, the 2 candidates for Lodwar Township MCA position. My question is, there was a question on education that was raised, and I think Lomalia was talking on how, because we have, the teachers are very few in the teaching fraternity in Turkana County. He was talking on how he can at least raise the number of teachers that teach Turkana County government, considering the short. My question is, which kind of teachers was he referring to? Because we understand that we have, for primary school and secondary school, it is purely a national function. Only ECD teachers and ECD programs were devolved to county government. Was he talking about the teachers for primary and secondary, or the ECD teachers? And on the same note, Turkana County government is employing teachers for secondary school on contract terms. There is no bill to support that. And on issue of water, I would like the candidates to affirm if they know that Lowasco has been liquidated and has been taken by county government? And if it is true, is it a good move or it's bad? Thank you.
Next question. I hope you've noted the question, our honorable MCS. Next question. It's on water and education. We have a lot of issues that we'll move to.
Yeah, my name is David Amojo. I just to ask a question. One, my question is directed to the two aspirants about water and education. One, my brother has talked about, Lomalia has talked about increasing salaries for teachers. I wonder how you will do it in regards to Salaries Renomination Commission, because that is now a big issue in Kenya about the wage bill. I just want to understand how you will do it. The second question, for those water in Lodwar Township, for those who receive water in their taps, at some point, our readings in the meter, it is so ambiguous. You find that it leads to huge bill from Lowasco. You are just using domestic water, and the bill comes in a month at some point 5,000, 7,000. There are people who are charged even 13,000, and yet this is just domestic water they use at home. It is so ambiguous. How will you tackle that issue? Because this is a devolved function. Then the last one, you are talking about salaries. Not salaries, sorry. You are talking about bursaries. How will you ensure the bright, vulnerable children are beneficiaries? Sorry. How the bright, vulnerable children are among the beneficiaries? Because most of the time, the bursary is there, but the people who bursary, these are still from rich families, students from rich family. These are students from able families. Their parents are working, but the vulnerable children who are supposed to be targeted, they miss out. I just want to know the criteria. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. The next question should be the final one. Oh, we have someone else there. That should be the final one.
Thank you. I'm a Sam, and I have quite some questions. And before I get to the questions to the moderators, you only closed us to the agendas or the manifestos of the two candidates.
Yes, we are going step by step. We wanted to understand what they have for us so that we can now react based on what we know. That is their side of the story. We will come to that.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe I'll ask my questions after, because I'm outside the agenda.
Yes.
Thank you, moderator Dr. Gassim Logiron. I am Lomala Joffrey, the chairperson of the Mile Movement in Kenya. As the MC aspirants of Lodwar Township have stated, I have a simple question. They have talked much about water storage, but I have a simple question to ask my brother Prophet and Daniel, that what plans do you have to curb water shortage, especially in Lodwar Township ward specifically, and parts of Kanamkemer, because this is where we want to do our economic activity 24 hours. We need you to understand that you have to develop a plan as the MCA. I'm asking you, how will you, the person in Lokaparaparai village or Nayanang Kalio get piped water as a result of you being elected as the MCA? Secondly, there is a question on, is it food security? Pardon? Education. What plans do you have for bursary? Because for the last 3 years, we have not seen the bursary, because we need to have people from the ground who are in representation in the above committees. Are you there to provide or to move a motion in the assembly to make sure that the bursaries allocation in Lodwar Township Board are meant for the needy students? On the issue of teachers, I think you got misplaced. You failed to understand that you're only dealing with ECDs. God bless you.
We have a final question. That should be the final one, so that we will give our candidates time to respond to those issues. Yes, madam.
Thank you. My name is Vicky Lotede, to the MCA aspirants. I am a student leader of Tukusa, and my question is on education. There has been a crisis on allocation of the LATIF, CDF, and all the bursaries. So I would like to know the approach. Lodwar Township is a blended town where we have many people, that is both the non-locals and the locals, who are all residing in Lodwar Township. So, and from the sample data in most wards, you can find that in many allocations, both of the LATIF and the CDF, like there is duplication of a few names of those individuals that are known either to the area MCA or to the area leadership. Then how are you going to ensure that we have equitable resource allocation, that is through the wards? Are you going to make sure that we get a database of all the students in both in secondary school and both in college, so that we ensure that if Vicky has gotten LATIF, like we balance, because the resources are limited, so that we avoid over like giving repeatedly to one student.
Can we reduce the back noise, the consultations there?
Yes. Then another one is on mentorship across Lodwar Township. The areas around Lake Zone, Lokaparparai, and those areas that are not within town, where we don't have adequate electricity, like in terms of Elia Springs and a few parts of Kalokol. So how are we going to ensure that we scale up the infrastructure in Kalokol, in Elia Springs, to ensure that they also have a working library? Like the only place in Turkana that has a library, or rather in Turkana Central that has a library, is here. What about the other areas? What can be done? What are your plans in terms of budgeting? May we know that? Thank you.
Very well. We start with where, Teresa? We start with who?
Let's start with the one who is ready. And there's also some remarks from online audience who are saying that they can also mix with Swahili. Mkiona ya kwamba inawezekana, I can switch to Kiswahili. Mko sawa? Kuna wale ambao wanasema wangetaka ya kwamba pia kuwe na Kiswahili.
And maybe the final question from someone online, anauliza kuna county bursary na kuna bursary ya CDF. How will you reconcile the two lists? Those are very many questions for you. Can we answer them so that we can go for a commercial break and we come to session 2 of the questions? Let's start with Moseti.
Thank you very much, Daktari. I'll start with the learned friend Nakesio. He asked a question on whether Lowalsco has been liquidated to county government. I am aware that there was a bill that was passed in the county government, and I don't know what is currently happening, because I knew from the beginning of this year, Lowasco was supposed to be a county government property. And also asked if it's good for Lowasco to be taken by the government. And maybe I'll answer him by saying I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know the intention of the county government. And from the beginning, it is the county government that has failed Lowasco. That is what I know, because they are not supporting Lowasco in ensuring they have done piping to the various areas of the ward. Amajong asked about water charges of the Lowasco. That one goes directly to the cartels. The cartels. For us to be safe, we must have people who are professionals. And we should also be advised what meters are supposed to be used, because I also understand in our areas there are meters that are being propelled by the wind. Then you will get the charges very high, and you've not taken water from your tap. So basically, if we deal with cartels, the water menace will be a thing of the past. He also asked about the bursaries. How will we identify the bright students?
You have 1 minute to go.
The bright students in our various institutions. Mine, if given a chance, I will put committees in the entire ward that are going to work closely with the institutions or rather schools that are around. For instance, primary and secondary schools. We will get students that are bright and those who have passed well, and they're also from the vulnerable communities or rather families. Fiki asked about duplications of names of the bursary. I will work closely with the office of the MP, the MP that will come in place. The committee of ward bursary will work with the committee of the CDF to ensure there is no duplication. That one will be a thing of the past. And I think Lomala asked about what plans do we have to curb water shortage in the municipality. I'll be specific. My plan in the first 100 days is to ensure I have increased the water storage, and currently we have an aquifer that has not been used. We will ensure we will work closely with the government to put more boreholes and water tanks, then instruct Lowasco to do the piping, not only instructing them, but also finance them, put some budgets, then
Thank you, Moses. Let's now go to Daniel.
Thank you so much. I think on the issue of teachers, very well, the county government is dealing with the ECD teachers. So that is what I meant, to increase the salaries so that it can attract other applicants on how to pursue the same course. On the issue of Lowasco, I think Lowasco is one of the things that have been tackled for a long time in Turkana County. And I'm aware that there was a kind of a move by the county government to own and to take the management of Lowasco, having seen some indicators on how they have failed in terms of water provision. I think that is some of the things that the top official or the CECs and the governor are tackling, and I think is one of the key things we'll definitely push, if at all, will definitely be given a chance by resident of Lodwar Township. On the issue of bursary allocation to needy students, the only thing that you'll definitely do, if at all I am the MCA of Township, it is to have a very concerned and delegated structures. That is to have rights committees. Those people will definitely be identifying and coordinating with the MCA's office on how they can identify the needy student and the bright student among the society. I think it is just a matter of having the structures on ground, very honest and transparent structure, like the committees. And then Winnie asked about Lodwar Township is one of the metropolitan, and it has to be accommodative. If at all, I'll definitely be in the leadership, because the non-Turkanas, there is that slot. I will ensure the slot of the marginalized community are in place in terms of bursary allocation, so that they feel part and parcel of being in Turkana and being in Turkana or in Kenya. I think on the issue of Lomala, shortage of how can we tackle that, as I said earlier, I think the only way to tackle the shortage of water is to have a number of bores, so that we can have raised tank, so that the gravitational force of raised tank will definitely have enough pressure to push water beyond Kawalas River, so that we can definitely have a groundwater tank, so that groundwater tank will definitely store enough water for people along Kawalase, so that it can definitely be pumped through solar. We should not have to use the electricity. We should definitely make use of enough solar energy that we have. So we ensure we pump this water to a number of locations within Kawalase, region of Kawalase.
Thank you.
It is good that, Dr. I think,
1 minute.
let me finish up.
1 minute.
I think this is the only way we can tackle this water. If at all, we'll definitely have storage tanks around Kawalase. There are a number of hills that are identified with the community even right now before being elected. In fact, I'm from Kawalase right now. And then I've identified 5 locations whereby we can raise storage tanks so that people can definitely get enough water. The last thing about increased bill by Amojo. The only issue that we can tackle that, it is to go back and use the solar energy. The only problem right now that is becoming a challenge with Lowasco, it is on how to raise money for paying KPLC. But with my leadership, I will ensure the solar panels are being used to pump water, then supported by the storage capacity of those storage tanks, so that we ensure water is available all the time. And you will definitely see that the minimal rate of water bills will definitely be seen, will definitely be encountered by the resident of Lodwar Township, so that we can ensure we go to the flat rate back again. The issue of flat rate, it is one of the things because most of our people cannot cater to pay for water bills.
Thank you, Daniel. Before we go for a commercial break, I want to set a set pesa. I start with Moses. Who is an MCA? What are the functions of an MCA? How many polling stations are in Lodwar Township? 3 questions. Yes.
Number 1, who is an MCA? An MCA is a representative of a ward representing his people in a certain ward unit. Number 2, the roles of MCA. The roles of MCA, number 1, it is to represent the people, legislation and oversight, and also ensuring that you have shared the people's agenda in the flow of the House.
Thank you, Moses. Can we go to Daniel? Same questions.
I think an MCA is a member of county assembly elected or nominated to represent, to legislate, and to do the oversight role on behalf of the electorate. That is an MCA with its roles, and should be somebody who can articulate issues, who can discuss, somebody with experience. That is, so that you can definitely be in a position to represent. I think I've tackled both questions at the word go.
I asked how many polling stations.
Oh yeah.
That question has not
polling
been answered.
Stations. I think polling stations, initially it was 21 polling stations, but currently I think one in Napetet, and then I think 22 right now.
Maybe to answer it right, we had 20 polling stations. Right now we have 23 polling stations.
Very well. We will go for a commercial break. Thank you for watching us. The guys online, thank you for listening. This program is brought to you by Church Alive, courtesy of Turkana University, Opal, Marble, Sunbream, K-Bata. We will be coming back after 10 minutes for the rest of the questions on issues affecting Lodwar Township. Welcome. It is a constituent college of Masinde Muliro University. Turkana University has 3 schools. We have the School of Business and Economics, we have the School of Education and Social Sciences, and we have the School of Science. Turkana University admits both national and international students. We have the students under the COOPS program, and we have the self-sponsored program. Within our self-sponsored program, we have the students from South Sudan, who are the refugees and sponsored by Windle Trust. And the other students are from within Turkana County. A good number of them work with Turkana County government. So those are our major clients. A good number of the students we've got is from Southern Sudan. But from our marketing, we've marketed across, and we are expecting students from Ethiopia, Sudan, and Uganda. You should join Turkana University. Turkana University offers the programs that you need. We are market oriented. We offer what is required in the market. Agriculture, science and technology, mathematics. We carry out CBC programs. We offer short courses that are offered at the Kenya School of Government. This is where you can get what you want. You need it, we have it here at Turkana University. Turkana University is the cradle of knowledge. Welcome to Turkana University.
Welcome to Open Apartments. It's an A and B located in Nawaitoro. Man, I'm telling you, the ambience, legit. Everything legit. If you're a fan of Netflix, for instance, you have a person and you don't want to get bored, there's Netflix, there's YouTube, free Wi-Fi, ample parking, there is kitchen, by the way. Si lazima uende kwa hoteli ukule, there is kitchen maze, and then their bed. I am telling you, you need to visit Open Apartments. Anytime, any day. If you're in Lodwar or you're traveling to Lodwar, official sponsors of Tota TV. I'll see you.
Turkana University was established in 2017. It is a constituent college of Masinde Muliro University. Turkana University has 3 schools. We have the School of Business and Economics, we have the School of Education and Social Sciences, and we have the School of Science. Turkana University admits both national and international students. We have the students under the COOPS program, and we have the self-sponsored program. Within our self-sponsored program, we have the students from South Sudan, who are the refugees and sponsored by Windle Trust. And the other students are from within Turkana County. A good number of them work with Turkana County government. So those are our major clients. A good number of the students we've got is from Southern Sudan. But from our marketing, we've marketed across, and we are expecting students from Ethiopia, Sudan, and Uganda. You should join Turkana University. Turkana University offers the programs that you need. We are market oriented. We offer what is required in the market. Agriculture, science and technology, mathematics. We carry out CBC programs. We offer short courses that are offered at the Kenya School of Government. This is where you can get what you want. You need it, we have it here at Turkana University. Turkana University is the cradle of knowledge. Welcome to Turkana University. maswali aliyo nayo kwa kila mheshimiwa, hili ndiposa tupate majibu. Kabal to na yangital alogeria lotte ili munetodi etichi IMCA. Kabal to na yangital hata mare yang akro na ichane tengutunga Lodwar Township. Ngakurong na ngisto na balango trisa kako banakezi so digitali mogizo hata mare. Ngakurong na na irauna tezi MCS ipedorete sto so bakizi ngakurong na kwai. Trisa, endelea dadangu.
Thank you so much. Asante sana. Waheshimiwa watarajiwa, mtaweza kujibu maswali haya kulingana tu na lugha yote ambayo itakuja mbele yako, Kiswahili, Kiingereza, Turkana, ili wengi waweze kupata. Okay, my question, wacha nianze pale na Daniel Lomalia. The drainage system of Lodwar Township has had problems for a long time. Drainage system, yeah, the drainage system for Lodwar Township. I'd like you to tackle the drainage system plus the garbage collection, starting from the fresh produce market, where the traders are complaining that they are paying revenue to the county government, yet the county government can't even take care of the garbage at the market and the Lodwar Township as a whole. So how are you going to tackle this when you are elected as the MCA for Lodwar Township?
Thank you so much, Katila. I think the drainage system within Lodwar Town needs some bit of approach, very unique approach. That is to understand the flow of water. That is one. Then understand how you can definitely direct the waste to a particular area. So drainage system is one of the key things that I will definitely do, because having born and brought up in Lodwar, understand about it. There is a specific area point in Lodwar whereby as someone who has been born and brought up there is a very key point whereby you can definitely assist you to ensure you can control and come up with a better and a good working drainage system. That is to say, is that rather than giving somebody who doesn't understand about the dynamic of Lodwar Township. So the most important thing it is to give and to guide, to give a particular contractor the contract, and then you ensure you supervise. That is the role of an MCA, to ensure you supervise it and you give hints on how they can come up with the better drainage system. Then on the issue of garbage collection, it is the matter of payment to those contractors. That is one of the challenges that those people that has been contracted to do cleaning within the town, that is what has made them, what has hindered their service provision, because they end up doing provision, they are cleaning the town without being paid, and yet they incur a lot of expenses like fuel, repair of vehicles, and even paying of their staff. So as an MC of the township, I will ensure the payment of service providers in terms of garbage collection within Lodwar Town are being paid on time, so that they can be in a position to provide services adequately, to collect that garbage, to ensure around the town, or all the places in town are being served, or people who are doing that kind of a particular job. So because these people, those staff are demoralized. I've come across a number of complaints from them that who is this person who will definitely try to ensure their payment is being done on time so that they can definitely be providing such kind of services. You find that the contractor uses his or her own pocket to pay the staff. That is somehow huge amount of money that will definitely give a challenge in terms of that particular person to ensure all staff are available to do some bit of cleaning. I think the most important thing is to ensure you spearhead payment on time so that such kind of cleaning of the town are done adequately by those people who have been employed in that particular company.
Thank you so much, Daniel Lomalia. Same question to you, Moseti. Did you get the question?
Yeah, I think I got the question. Thank you very much, Madam Teresa Kachila. My official name is Moses. Kindly, please.
Noted.
Thank you. On the issues of drainage system in Lodwar Township, it is one of the worst drainage systems that I ever seen in Eastern Central Africa, because each and every time that is raining in this town, you can find water everywhere. The water that is not flowing, the water that do not go anywhere. It just stagnant there until it breeds mosquito, and as a result of that, we have lost even some few people through malaria. I will work in consultations with experts and urban planning of the town to ensure we have experts that are going to direct this water to where the water is supposed to go. And if you can get the history of this town, it just opened up after devolution. And if you can view that town very well, it needs experts that are going to plan very, very well. Because if you cannot have a safe town, then you'll have a town that cannot be managed. Right now we have the Chinese people who have constructed good roads here in Lodwar, and I am happy currently, even before I start the work of being an MCA, I've already seen good contractors on the site. They are opening up the drainage system. Mine as a leader is to ensure I have make an oversight role to know how much money was allocated to this process. I will follow it to the latter to ensure good things have been done and being done by professionals, not just people, not just contractors, but professionals, because we must work with professionals for us to have good things. On the issues of garbage, number one, we have to find a site, and we also need to make use of this garbage, because even some can be recycled and can be used back in the market. So I will work closely with the concerned departments to ensure we have clean town, to ensure the people who have been contracted to do the job have done their job perfectly. You know, Kachila, our problem in this municipality, it's not about the people who are doing their work. It's about the leaders who have failed to do their duties. And the duty of an oversight, it's what I'm going to ensure. I have stamped it and stamped the authority to ensure I make everything to work. A working town, a 24 working economy, by ensuring we have people who are experts in issues of drainage system. We have drainage system from point A to the last point. If you want to direct water to Kawalase, you direct water to Kawalase. If you want to direct water to River Takwel, you direct water to River Takwel. And we can as well direct some of this water for storage. Even it can help our livestock. We can even as well direct, not all these waters can be directed to the river. Some can even be directed to some swamps for the use of our livestock. So Kachila and ladies and gentlemen, mine is to rubber stamp the authority of an oversight to ensure things are working. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering that. Back to you, Mr. Lomalia. Lodwar Town is growing rapidly, and with it comes vices that other big towns and cities are facing, and that is insecurity. Shops are being broken into, mama mbogas are being mugged, robbery with violence, just a recent case where a trader was shot at and approximately 400,000 Kenya shillings was stolen. So how are you going to ensure that there is security in Lodwar Township, putting in mind that the livelihood of Lodwar Township, the first one is business. So how are you going to ensure that there is enough security for the traders so that business, as your counterpart has said, that we need to have a 24-hour economy. So how are you going to ensure that there is enough security for Lodwar Township to be a 24-hour economy?
Yeah, thank you. I think the issue of security is one of paramount issues that we really need to tackle within the headquarters of Turkana County. And the approach is working closely with a number of stakeholders that are in charge with security to bring them into order or into place so that they can definitely actively engage their services. They provide security services adequately. We have a number of partners. That is the police force. You need to work with them, have their schedule, then ensure everything in terms of security is being provided. And then the other issue about that touches security, it is the root cause of this insecurity. I, as an MC of township, it is to tackle the root cause of insecurity. And the root cause of insecurity, it is being contributed by high rate of unemployment amongst youth. So you find that if at all we can tackle the issue of unemployment so that we can create jobs for our youth, we can definitely have minimal activities that we are experiencing right now within Lodwar Town. So that business community will definitely have conducive environment of working and doing their work in 24 hours. This is ensuring, we should also ensure the street lights are working very bright. Then having patrols of police, then and working with security service providers firms. We'll have to work with them closely so that in each and every premise we have a security guard that will definitely ensure environment is so much good for providing business services, and to ensure every premises within and the corridors have enough lights, and then having some bit of control in terms of having security patrols and even having those security firms, their staff working together with a police force I think it will definitely be a good environment for our business community. And to ensure when there is enough money that is booming, that is exchanging hands from traders, from sellers, it will definitely be one of the key things in terms of ensuring resources that is meant for business community reaches them on time, so that they can definitely be in a position to do their business in a very good way, than just leaving the town the way it is dark right now in some corridors, and then such kind of activities of robbery happening. So I should definitely ensure everything is in order in terms of ensuring enough security lights are there, then those promises are being secure, and then we also need to install CCTVs so that we can ensure the town is being monitored by security forces. I think that one will definitely try to minimize and to see monitoring of each and every activity that is happening in every corner of the city, so that everybody or every car that will definitely be doing some unnecessary things will definitely be in a position to ensure we minimize such kind of robbery or such kind of unnecessary activities. I think that is what I will definitely do as an MCA.
Thank you for answering that question, Moses.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We all understand security is a national function, but we usually say security starts with you. As a member of County Assembly, I will work closely with the security operators, or rather personnel, that is the county commander, OCS, and other security officers, to ensure at least they are working, because this town has grown. And for you to understand that the town has grown, there must be such issues of insecurity along the corridors, because it's growing and people are also coming with new ways of getting what they want through force. By working with security operators and also ensuring that role of an MCA, that role of a member of county assembly, that oversight. If you go around the Lodwar municipality, you will find that some of our security lights are not working. Thugs have already taken the solars, batteries, they are just there. It's just like a beautification in town, but they're not working. So as your MCA, I will work closely and ensure if today one street light has been taken, at least you must make some people to be in charge. For instance, if that security light is in your shop, you should also ensure at least it is there and guarded. And also, there is a floodlight, one of the best lights that were installed, one in Kanamkemer and the other one in town. Currently, it's not functioning. Why? I don't know what leaders are doing. And it's just of late, when we introduced that light, street light in town, at least the security issues were not the way it is today. And there is one thing that I will ensure it's working. The Nyumba Kumi initiative. The Nyumba Kumi initiative will also help us identify who is your neighbor, who is your friend, and when an intruder will come, at the end of the day, it will be known there is a new person in town. And the best is to work with the security force. The best is to ensure the Nyumba Kumi initiative is working, and also ensure you become secure. You secure first your life, and also secure the life of your brother by reporting each and every incidences to the police, to the DCI, for proper proper security in town. So we need to work closely with everybody. Everybody must work closely, because if one person is attacked, then the others will be insecure. So that is what I can say on issues to do with security. Mine is to work in consultation with the security personnel. Nothing else, because I cannot table a bill in the county assembly. I will only be a friend of the security personnel for the betterment of my people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Moses. We've got like 2 questions to go. Let's tackle the land title deeds, which is also long overdue. We are still in the era of allotment letters. It has been like a sing-song from the county government, but maybe we are going to reach there. That is, if one of you will be there and will be able to talk about this. So, Lomalia, if you get a chance, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, thank you so much, Katila. I think the issue of land is one of the things that we really need to also to understand, that it needs some bit of policies that govern the issue of land. And that is where the problem is, that land issue is being controlled by the national government. And right now, the county government of Turkana, for almost eight years, to be specific, they've been coming up with some bills on how to control the issue about land grabbing. And that is, and where we are right now, according to me, is there is a board that is being created so that registry of land as a community land will definitely happen, so that any extra land will definitely be assigned for other amenities, that is to provide services for the community, that is for hospitals, schools, and etc. So as a legislator, the most important thing it is to approach it on how we can try to minimize land grabbing. And that is what the county government is doing right now, in terms of registering all lands, so that there is a bit of levies that people are paying, and to know who owns a particular land in a particular section in Lodwar. So as an MCA, the most important thing it is to ensure such kind of bills are enacted so it becomes law. So that will definitely try to minimize, control, and to ensure every individual is taking care of the land. Having said so, the issue of a title deed, it is one of the things that will definitely be coordinated by the both houses, legislative houses, that is the county assembly and even the national government through our area MPs, so that such particular issue pertaining land, it is tried to be controlled in the effort of 2 legislators, that is the county assembly and even the national assembly. I think that policy is there and will definitely ensure that it is activated so that it can be enacted, implemented, and followed by everyone to the latter. Thank you.
Moses, maybe let's hear your argument on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Turkana land is a communal land, and currently our people are only waiting for title deeds. Some have registered, and we have, in Turkana, you know, it's somehow different from other parts of the country. For instance, we have grazing land that are being preserved for our animals and rather livestock, and we have other lands that are being used for purposes, rather for purposes of the government to put some structures and other amenities. As the next member of County Assembly, mine is to educate people, number one, on land issues, because as the way it is, the Turkana land is still a communion land. That's why even the issues of title deeds have slowed down. We already have the bills. What we need to do is to educate the people, because currently we've seen people using pangas, you know. Some want to finish even a fellow colleague because of land. We need to put laws that each and every person at least should own a land, and it just not by being a land, but his own land. And by doing that, is only we need to register these lands that we are using, that we are staying with. So mine is just simple as that. Need to educate our people on, and also tell them this is a communal land. It's being owned by the community, not the government. So we need to put more emphasis and also register people. If they will get title deeds, there are advantages of them getting title deeds, because they can even get a loan from the government. So mine is to speed up that process of getting title deeds. Thank you very much.
Moses, there's this last question, maybe you can answer, and then we go to Lomalia so that we can finish. Okay, my last question is on street children. I think all of you have noted that the children have really increased in our Lodwar streets. So how is your leadership going to tackle the street children issue?
Thank you very much. Kachila, I'll tackle it in this way. Street children are now becoming a business of some cartels, both in government and also in NGO world. We will ensure, if given a chance, because we have rescue center, we will have one that is for the government of the government of Turkana. We also have another one in Adrikonyen Center. We will work closely with the Ministry of Education, that is to ensure these street children have been taken to those rescue centers, and also follow closely with the Nyumba Kumi initiative to ensure and get the parents of these children. If the parents of these children are alive, we need to ask questions. We also need to go and get their parents and ask them what is the reason as why these children are in the streets. Because I was also once a street boy. You know, I was sleeping around Chamunga Street, and the reason I just find myself there because I could not afford to have a meal. So I decided just to go around and hang around Chamunga, because there was a nice hotel there called Mombasa. And then I went to Salama to get some leftovers. So if you will know that their problem is because they don't have meals in their homes, then we will know what to do as a government. Also to take them back to the rescue centers, both in Adrikonyen and the one in the county government. And also know these sponsors that are getting money using these children have really helped these children. And lastly, these children are very bright. If the county government is going to make use of them by ensuring they have taken them, you know, you cannot take a street children or a street boy in Lodwar, then take him to Loyo Primary. That kid will run away. He will go back to the street. So we rather take him either to down country or some parts of Logiriama or some parts of Lokchogyo. For them, you just change the environment. By changing the environment and ensuring they have what they can. Food, you know, they can play well with other children, then that one will help. But there is a cartels. Cartels are in this town. They are making use of these street children. They are buying them breads. Then they take photos. You know, they are happy that our children are in the streets. So given a chance, because that one is my location, I will ensure the streets are safe. Only vehicles and people who are doing businesses will be found there. The children, city children, will be taken care of, will be taken to where they belong and where they can be taken care. Just get people who can take care, just like their parents. You know, you cannot take a city children. Then he or she meets a very, you know, a person who can suggest, who is looking at that child at a manner that suggests he wants that child to go back to the street. So we must find friendly people and who are ready to work with these street children. Thank you very much, Madam Kachila.
Mr. Lomalian, you can conclude with that.
Thank you so much. I think the issue of street children was not there during our time. It was not so much rampant as it is today. So the only issue that is lacking, it is the strict measures on how to control such kind of motivating children to come to streets. And that is what's lacking, some bit of measures. As an MCA, I will definitely come up with some bit of measures to ensure we tag all parents, parental responsibility in their children, and then do tracing. There is tracing of each and every street children, because any child in the street did not come from the sky, came from a particular parent. So that when tracing such kind of the roots of a particular child, you will definitely, if at all the children are safe in their homes and know the reason as to why this child ran from their particular home to the street. Then when you get that the root cause of that, then you will definitely try to engage the parent if at all the parent was somehow reluctant in terms of taking responsibility of taking their care of their child. So as an MCA, some strict measures to curb such kind of laxity with the parents. Because right now, as we speak, that has motivated a number of children going to street, because even the other, if these cartels are encouraging collecting street children within the streets, then what will not motivate another vulnerable mama to release the child to the street? So we really need to ensure that these cartels are being handled, and it is we try on how to monitor how they want to own such a kind of orphanage homes, so that such measures in cartels and even the parents will definitely try and minimize that and come up with a regulation. If you allow your child to be taken care of by the government, then there is that fee. We'll definitely come up with a bill on how we minimize such kind of thing, so that if you let your children to the street intentionally, so that he can definitely get sponsorship or to get attention of somebody, then as a parent, you can be tagged with a particular expense, so that one will discourage your neighbor by releasing children to the street. We have a number of them. They are being raped in the streets. They are being molested in the street. So young children as far as 13, 10, they are being raped around the street of Lodwar Town. without measures, without regulations. So as the county government, as one of the legislators in town, I will try to ensure such kind of bills are being passed there in the floor of the house, so that those measures are there to control and to curb rampant increment of a number of street children in the need. And then try to advocate those safe houses to provide, if at all we can definitely identify the vulnerability of a street child. We ensure we take that particular child that is more vulnerable to the rescue centers, so that they can access education there, so that they can definitely access health services there, and many other services they should definitely get. So I think with regulations, with rules, with some of some ways on how to curb such a kind of letting and children loitering around, then it will definitely try to minimize
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Before we go to the plenary, I have a question for the two of you, starting with Mosetti. What have you done at a personal level on the issue of garbage collection, insecurity, land and title deeds, street children, that will endure, that will convince your voters to vote for you? What have you done at a personal level on the 4 enumerated issues, so that we can now go to the plenary? Let's start with you, Mosetti.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, Daktari Cheko. One, I have done a number of things, and I want to be honest, I've not done all. But on the issues of street children, I have tried. And today, I am living with a street child. And I am taking care of one boy who I know he doesn't have both parents, and he's staying with me. If given a chance, I will work closely with the government and ensure the rest of the children that are in the streets are taken care of. On the issue of land, you know, I'm a missionary. Mine is sometimes when I get issues of land, I usually want the proper wage. And you can attest to that in Lodwar Township, we don't have issues of land. And mine is to direct both parties that have issues to do with land to the concerned body, like chiefs. Currently, chiefs are handling, and the Ministry of Land. And what was the last one?
Your role on garbage collection.
My role on the garbage collection, and I have always, if I take a banana, I don't throw it away. I am responsible. I usually ensure I have taken it to the right place to be collected from there.
Thank you.
And I've been also informing the contractor. Sometimes back, the contractor was using one of the worst vehicles around in town. So I was reminding him, kindly get a new vehicle for you to collect this garbage. And today,
thank you, Moses.
things are working.
Thank you, Moses. Let's go to Daniel. What role have you played at the individual level on the issue of garbage collection, insecurity, title deeds, and street children?
I think leadership is an inbuilt thing that will definitely give you to take a particular action if you are seeing not it right. On the issue of street children, I personally, not yesterday, not the other year, but during my working time, have sponsored 7 of them plus my 5 children. So I, in my place, I stay with street children that I identified that were staying with their grandparents, that I saw they were so much vulnerable, they cannot take care of these kids. So a number of them, in fact, one of them finished Form 4 and is joining water engineering in September, and others are in secondary school. So I think that is one of the initiatives that will definitely encourage all learned people, all professionals, so that we can definitely try to support the most vulnerable in our society in order to change their life. On the issue of garbage collection, it is the responsibility of even every individual. Personally, I used to sensitize within the marketplace, within town. If you have got, you need not to throw away litter to litter our town. We need to educate. I used to talk to people that we should not throw away litter unnecessarily. We have dustbins around. Whenever you use, definitely just be responsible, and then, because our people have not yet understood that we are right now in municipality. So most of the things needs some bit of education to sensitize to them. Then on the issue of garbage, was it garbage collection or?
There is garbage collection, insecurity, land and title deeds, and street children.
One of the key things about insecurity that I've ever done in personal level, it is to talk to security men, those farms. I'm in touch with the supervisors because of a number of incidents that we have ever encountered in our town. So that these patrols within them, I talked with them because I've held a number of meetings with them. And to ensure our time is safe, they should definitely coordinate from each other, because we have got a number of farms that are providing security services within our town. They should coordinate amongst themselves than having differences because of coming from a different security providing farm. So I think it is just what I've ever done, meeting them and telling them this is a good job, encouraging them on how to ensure they do. They understand what is patrol, what is handing over, what is all these things. I know it is part and parcel of their supervisor to do that, but as also a good citizen, you need to talk to them in a good language so that they can understand and being motivated with their work.
Thank you, Daniel. We are now back to the plenary. Anyone with a question? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are starting with Apeo. Let's hope the mics are at the back. Let's start with you, brother.
Good evening, everyone. I have some questions for the candidates. One, what are the gaps that you've identified from the current leadership that you intend to cover up, that makes you feel you are a better candidate than the candidate that is here now? Secondly, Kawalase River has been a big problem to the residents of Napetet. None of you has mentioned or has highlighted that you can do something on that. In your tenure as the MCA of Lodwar Township, how do you intend to make sure Kawalase residents mainly Napetet residents, are out of these dangerous situations of floods from Kawalase. Third question. Township economy is business driven or is business run. How do you intend to provide a good environment for the business community? And also, how do you intend to attract more investors in your ward? The last question that I'm going to ask is, we've talked a lot about the water issue in Nakwamekwi, the water issue in some other parts of Lodwar Township. We know the current problem of water in Nakwamekwi was contributed by some corrupt niggers. The allocation of money that was put for the water of Nakwamekwi was embezzled. And as we speak today, those projects are not yet completed. As the leadership that are coming to rescue the situation, how do you intend to close the gaps of the water issue? Because it has not been, it's not about lack of water in the Lodwar Township. It is corruption, and it has become a milking cow. Will you be part of it? Last one. The road of Nakwamekwi has been a problem to the residents of Nakwamekwi. We've been promised heaven, 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 and heaven. This time around, we want to understand how you people, I'm very much aware that the issue of that road is not for the county government, nor for the MCA, as I can say directly. But how do you intend to make sure the road to Nakwamekwi is passable when it rains? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. My name is Stanley Edo. I would like to echo the Chucha Mtaani for hosting this first show in Turkana County. My question is on about double land allocation in terms of buying and reselling of the land. We understand the Community Land Act of 2016 is a complex law in itself, and also Kenya as a country has no shortage of the same laws. Is it really lack of regulation or enforcement issues that you tend to realize in Lodwar Township? You can buy a piece of land and the same person resells the same land. And then you follow litigation process, which is very expensive. How will you address the same issue? Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm called Yalamat, and I have one question. The aspirants, if elected, what strategies do you have in place to help the ICT talents in Lodwar Township? Thank you. What strategies do you have to help the ICT talents in Lodwar Township? Is that clear?
Let's start with Daniel. The question is, what strategies do you have if elected as an MCA on issues of ICT within Lodwar Township? Was that the question, Nelamat? Very well. Let's start with Daniel.
but let me use the mic. I think, thank you so much, Apayo. I think there are gaps that we, as the electorate of Lodwar Town, have identified with the current and the previous leadership. One of them is representation. Representation deals with articulation. You need to raise issues that are being raised by your residents, by your electorate, so that you can table them in the house. So the big issue that we have identified with the current leadership is misrepresentation. That's being idle in the parliament, not contributing to a number of bills, not talking, not present in a number of very important issues that touches the lives of the resident of Turkana or resident of Lodwar Township. Then the other thing is about you need to coordinate, you need to mediate between the county government and the people, so that you need to report back to the people. What have you done? What is available for us? What is our stake in terms of resident of Lodwar Town? You need to report back. You need to ensure you are connected with your people all the time. Then the other issue is about the oversight role. It's not to the standard that every project that is happening, that is being implemented in Lodwar Township, needs your presence as the MCA, needs your supervision, needs your close supervision. How much was allocated to this, and who is implementing, and how is being implemented? How is the plan? Is it to the specification of the plan? Those are some of the gaps that we have identified with our leadership. And that makes me better to represent the people of township and to articulate issues that touches their lives. With the issue of Kawalase, thank you so much, Apayo, because you are from Nakwameku. I'm also from Nakwameku. We are brought up in the same town. The issue of Kawalase is not something that we can definitely control from Lodwar Township. It is something, according to me as a legislator or an MCA of township, it is to involve the 3 MCS on how we can control the flow of water of Kawalase from the source. That is involving the MCA of Loima, involving the MCA of township, and then involving the MCA of Kangatosa, so that they can have a kitty on how to control water, the flow of water from the source. If water can definitely be controlled from the source, because these are water hills, then the speed of water to affect the resident of Kawalase, it will be minimal. It will definitely flow with no current, heavy current, so that people along the riverbank can definitely utilize this water for irrigation. That is my take in terms of controlling the menace that is being caused by Kawalase River. You cannot do the drama, this drama that is happening right now along the bridge. That is not. You cannot control the force of water from the end. You should definitely control from the source, so that minimal current, minimal current, flow of current will definitely be manageable towards the end of the river or the flow of the water. So I think it is the matter of something that will definitely be tabled and being approached together by the 3 MCS. And that will definitely be tabled in the house, in the flow of the house, so that resources will be set aside in terms of building gabions, very strong gabions. Leave about the other one that was some other people were doing. Building and infant contracting a Chinese company that will definitely build very strong gabions, so that the control of water can definitely be controlled from this side, then it led to release water from the other side, then the others from another given distance, then the other block. then it will definitely be quite manageable.
Time.
Then, on the issue of, I think these are a number of questions we really need some bit of time. Township, the only issue about business, it is to support. Those people do not access support from the government that is meant for business community. So as an MCA township, I'll definitely ensure that money that is meant for business community, both in the Ministry of Trade, in the Ministry of, in the Department of Chambers of Commerce, it will definitely reach to business community in town, so that they can definitely ensure their businesses booms and continues. So that those are some of the gaps. With water issue, I think I said that about water issue. It's just a matter of having a number of balls, not rationing. Then road to Nakwamekwi, this is having drainage system, good drainage system, so that that road is passable even during the rain. You cannot wait for the national government. If at all you want to do some road maintenance with that road,
30 seconds.
I think it is good for a legislator to ensure some few money is being set aside so that drainage system from cereals all the way to Islamic Center, then to direct water to flow to the other streams of water that's flowing towards Kawalase.
Thank you, Daniel. You have 2 minutes, Mosetti.
Then,
2 minutes to finish up. 2 minutes, Mosetti, to finish up.
Thank you very much, Daktari. What gaps? That was the first questions that I've identified. One of the gaps is that the first leadership or the current leadership that is in place right now was not consultative. So I am here to ensure the next government, or I being in the office, I will consult more. My priorities will come from the people rather than from my office. So I'll work closely with the people and ensure the issues of oversight, representation, and legislation has been put right. On the issues of Kawalase River, I will ensure, because I know for a fact that some money was allocated, and up to date, I haven't seen the use of the money. So I'll ensure what went wrong with the allocation of the funds. On the issues of township economy, we want to make Lodwar Township economy work by ensuring...
Finish up with the issue of it.
By ensuring licenses. Licenses has been, reduced, or rather equity in all other businesses. On the issues of ICT, first and foremost, I want to thank guys from Loropio. They are doing a good job on the issues to do with ICT. Mine as a leader is to help them through the government and in consultation with other leaders and stakeholders to ensure what is happening in Loropio is also happening in some of the areas around Lodwar Township, that will speed up the issue of ICT, because the world today is moving digital. And because I'm a digital MCA, I will ensure Lodwar Township is digital and work closely with our partners.
Thank you, Mosetti. Let's go to the other set of questions. We have one from this side. I hope we are not repeating the questions. Proceed.
Yes. Again, my name is Amojo. I have 2 questions. One, to the 2 aspirants. What plans do you have to solve the challenges facing people who are able differently or special groups in your ward? Number 2, what measures do you have in your campaign to ensure it is peaceful, secure, and safe for the youth?
That's brief, thank you.
I have two questions and a comment. Question number one. Mosetti said that we don't have any problem with land issues in Lodwar Township. Actually, within Lodwar Township, there is no problem. But in the outside Lodwar Town, there is a very big problem. And that brings me to the question of the grazing land. Considering the fact that we are pastoralists, what plans do you have in terms of the grazing land? And number two, we have some scrupulous business people who sell goods, but they sell to the retailers, and again they do the retailing. What do you have to safeguard the retailers? And on the part of the comment, I would like to inform Lomalia that there is no bill you are going to pass. The social protection bill was already passed by County Assembly. What you are only going to do is the oversight.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Daktari, for this opportunity. I'm not really going to ask so many questions, but I want just a direction on some aspects on how you guys respond to some questions. And maybe this is where now I'm coming in from. There are three roles which you are mandated to as candidates of the County Assembly of Turkana, and there are already structures which are already in place. I would have loved the questions asked about education, questions about water, questions about street children, that is social department, and other sectors that have been already asked, should be triggered. The responses should be triggered into the three roles which you are mandated. Because if you can't legislate, then that means you can oversight. If you can oversight, then you can represent. How is this going to happen? There are things which you are responding like you have a kitty. You have already funds in place that can go and put those structures in place for the people of the township. Water issues is perennial in township. You're talking about erecting tanks. Maybe perhaps you have your own funds, maybe which you also need to tell us that you have a foundation in place that will factor those ones. If you can't legislate, if you can't represent, and you can't maybe oversight, then that means you can fund it yourself using your own resources. Because I really tend to disagree in virtually things you are discussing which really don't really tap you as an individual. What are you going? If we send you into the County Assembly of Turkana, these are three things you can do, because some things are already in place. But what will you do to enhance it, or rather to stop it, or rather to look for an alternate solutions for those perennial problems which are existing in all those structures which are already in place? I wish to stop from there. Maybe perhaps next time I want to get some more questions. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Charles Eris. I have three questions. One, which key bills do you have in place for the township and Turkana people? My second question is, I understand, which key bills do you have? Yes, key bills. That's a specific answer. Do you have for the township and Turkana people? And my second question is, I understand the first and the second county assembly played fully in manipulation of budgets brought to the county assembly, and they did this by striking some of the budgets validated by communities and presented for approvals. So at long run, they strike some of the budget lines and put some which they have interest in. How do you intend to prevent this, or do in other ways that will bring positive impact to our communities. And thirdly, I understand that it has become a challenge for the county assembly, for the first and the second county assembly, to oversight the executive or to oversight the county government of Turkana. And you can even see there is no any issue that the county assembly has oversight and has brought to the public attention. What strategies do you have to ensure that you don't go the same way so that we save most of the resources for the public that's being misused in the county? Thank you.
Thank you. Let's finish up with this side.
Okay. Okay. TJ spokesperson. And my question. One.
Be audible. Inua sauti tukupate.
Okay. Well, my question. I'm TJ spokesperson. My question one is for the concerns of the indigenous of Turkana Central and township at large. You know, pertaining that, if I will expand a bit, we have the indigenous of the township ward. And I think for some time they have been excluded in the development and inclusion of development of township in particular. So I want the leadership that is coming in to kindly expand on this, and if they know or they have a know-how of the indigenous people or inhabitants of township in particular, because township is it has inhabitants in different villages. If they understand the indigenous of that village and what are they bringing in to promote, because I've heard about cosmopolitan all along, which is not part of what we believe in township. Inhabitant is only centered in a very small area. So what about inhabitant of Central? My second question is the closeness of how the aspirants are speaking. What is closeness according to you? You say you are close to the people. What is closeness and what is it? My very third question is, any of you have you documented? What can we account for if you become the sitting or you are elected? Because if you don't have documentation, and there's nowhere we as people, in particularly from township, can account for you unless you have a manifesto that is documented. And the last question is, what is your contribution, your vision in the inclusion of Central? Because you are talking about only township, which is only a ward, but you are part of the big contribution of Central. Do you have any contribution on the movement of Central, or you want just to come and speak on us and bypass our time for this? Lastly, I want to thank you, the two aspirants who have shown us that you can come and speak to us.
Thank you very much. Each one of you has 5 minutes to respond to the issues raised. I hope you've captured them. Which one of you not captured? I think the last one was a comment. We start from who? Who is ready? You're ready. Go on, Dan. 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. I think on the issue of people with disability, it's just a matter of ensuring they're inclusive in each and every docket. In each and every department, you should definitely ensure you follow the constitution the way it is. Even if it is employment, there is this 5% of people with a disability. Even if it's in any given department, I should definitely champion on how these people are being included in each and every department, because they are part and parcel of Kenyans, they are part and parcel, and they need to provide their services too. Of which right now I see as a gap that are not being involved in whichever department in terms of service delivery. In terms of peaceful election, I think one of the initiatives I started as personally, I befriended all the aspirants in Turkana, in Lodwar Township. All of them are my friends, including my good friend here, Moseti. I used even to come to at least to have some bit of tea or even lunch with him, so that we cannot brush shoulders in terms of during electionary period. So I think one of the times that we have experienced as township people, this is the most peaceful election has ever happened, because during the nomination in the previous elections, there was a bloodshed that was encountered during that time. So I think we are in control and ensuring that we are campaigning peacefully. And then on the dispute of land, I think the office concerned, the department concerned, or the ministry concerned is in place. So it is just a matter of working closely and understanding about the policies of land. How we can control disputes, how can we identify, how can we register, and how can we ensure this particular land belongs to a particular person. So there are those elders, there are those elders, and even the committee that people are formed in a number of areas. So that one will definitely minimize land issues. And even the grazing, the pastoralist community, they are also trying to ensure they have secured their grazing land. So I think it is the matter of policies, implementing the policies, and enacting it so that it can definitely be followed by everyone in terms of to minimize that land issue. On the issue of traders, this is just self-explanatory by all business community. Wholesaler and a retailer. There is the consumer, there is the consumer, there is the retailer, there is the wholesaler, and there are the suppliers or the producers. So you need to ensure every business works as per the certificate, that is to say, business certificate. If you are a wholesaler, you need to ensure you do the wholesaling. And if you are a retailer, you should not do the wholesale. It's just a matter of making some regular measures so that we can control such kind of dispute that we are trying right now experience in town, that wholesalers are trying to marginalize the traders that are closing their businesses. On the social protection bill, I think each and every bill that is being passed in the floor of the House, there is that chance of amending it. So if it is something that is in past some time and we realize there are some gaps, there are some errors, then as the legislator, it is to move a motion on how we can definitely ensure we amend where it is wrong, then have the right thing in place so that social protection bill becomes inclusive. There are key bills, according to Aries. There are key bills that has been passed, and those are the key bills we really need to amend, according to me, so that we have bills that are conducive, that are workable. That is what I will definitely do. So on the key issue of the priority of Turkana people, one, it is water provision. That is the key bill. Then two, the issue of business community. Because this town has been built by business community. So we should ensure environment of doing business in our headquarters is so much conducive so that it can definitely attract attract other stakeholders. Then on the issue of manipulation comes, budget manipulation comes in when you don't know the priorities of Lodwar Township or the Turkana people. If you are being remote controlled by somebody, then you are not legislating, you are not representing. So my mandate as an MCA, it is to ensure those priorities. What are the key priorities for the Turkana people? What are the key priorities for Lodwar Township residents? Those, so that we can try as much as possible not to be manipulated. It's your mandate to stand firm as a representative of the people. And you have to ensure everything is in order than being manipulated. And that comes just because of some vulnerability of our people, of those legislators that we normally elect to the assembly. Some of them that are even illiterate, they cannot even legislate. Theirs is just to go and sign. So just a little bit of it, Avadali. Let me finish up. Metropolitan. Lodwar Township is a metropolitan. So it's just a matter of everyone to have his or her right. Conducive environment to work, conducive environment to do business, and to ensure there is transparency and accountability in terms of inclusion. So I think that is what I can definitely mention right now because of time.
Moses, now you have 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Time is up. Maybe you can respond something on indigenous, Daniel, so that you finalize.
I think I say that the indigenous people, they are those indigenous people, and the only indigenous people has to come up on how they can definitely have their slot in terms of governance. That is to say, you cannot be an indigenous and you want to secure a job and you are not learned. So people should definitely just go they should definitely go to school so that you can definitely compete amongst yourself. So that this issue of being marginalized and yet you don't have papers, my brother, then I think it is the mandate of each and every person to compete equally. If you are an engineer and we don't have engineers around, so.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's proceed with Moses.
Thank you very much, Dr. Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Plans do we have to solve disable? As the next member of County Assembly, I already know that we have a bill. Mine is to ensure we've worked closely with disabled, and their agendas are part of my agendas. And you can even see that I have a team of experts that are helping me, and a good number of them are disabled. So on that area, I am very sure that today or the next government, I will ensure their issues have been taken care of. On the issues of peaceful elections, number one, I'm peaceful, and I am ready to commit myself and that of my team that will have a peaceful elections, will not use vulgar language. It will be people's based agenda. On the issues of retailers and wholesalers, I will work closely with the Ministry of Trade to ensure that business communities are doing the right thing. If you are a supplier, kindly be a supplier. If you are a retailer, please be a retailer. And if you are a wholesaler, kindly, I'm a business person, be a wholesaler, so that we reduce those gaps that are currently being seen in our town. On the issue of key bills, we already have good bills here in town, but what we need to ensure is, are these bills working? I'm going first to ensure the bills that are currently in the county assembly that was passed, they were passed, are they functioning? And if they are not functioning, I'll make them function. And also consult, because my government or my office will be a consultative one and people's driven. So I'll consult with the people of Lodwar Township and come up with what is of benefit to them, because I've realized some good bills have been passed, but it's being dumped somewhere and not functioning. So I will represent you well, ensure I've made the oversight role very well. Then the issue of manipulation of budget. It's only a leader who doesn't know what he wants to do to his people. That leader can be manipulated. I want to confirm and affirm to you that nobody is going to manipulate me, because I know what my people want and I know what we need to do right. I will ensure the public participation, because there is where the problem is. The public participation, I will ensure, at least I will be working with the professionals that are going to help us during the public participation to ensure the budget priorities, our priorities are in the budget. And by doing that, mine will be an oversight and ensuring the right thing has been done. On issues of Turkana Central, Lodwar Township is the heartbeat of Turkana Central and the heartbeat of the entire county. I will ensure Lodwar Township is conducive and friendly to all our stakeholders. I will work with the stakeholders, because that is what we know for us to ensure we have
Thank you,
a
Mosetti.
good,
Finalize on the issue of indigenous.
On the issue of indigenous, we are indigenous. And I want to ask all the residents of Lodwar Township that we will work with everybody, no matter your religion, where you are coming from. We will work together, hand in hand, in each and every opportunities that are in town. Seize it, then we'll work together with everybody, whether you are indigenous, whether you are coming from this part of the world. We will make this town workable and friendly to everybody. Don't be worried.
Thank you, Mosetti.
Walk the talk.
Thank you, Mosetti. Finally, we have no time for more questions. Finally, I would wish to ask our candidates this question. There is an understanding that MCAs are lame ducks. They are remote controlled by the governor of the day. You go to the county assembly to enrich yourself. Now, I want you to tell these voters here and guys watching online, who is your governor? Who is your MP? Who is your senator? And who is your woman representative? And why have you chosen to be part of that coalition? Thank you, Mosetti.
Thank you very much. I'm in Kenya Kwanza, and first and foremost, I will never be controlled, or remote controlled rather. My governor, next incoming governor, is none other than missionary John Lodepe Nakara. And I've always said in my native language, Taram Ekorantuan, I am supporting another candidate, not the one in UDA, because I want to be realistic. I am supporting Mama Joyce as my MP. That is my choice. I am supporting Professor Malik as my senator. I'm supporting Ishu. I'm supporting Cecilia Sinyeningitit as my next women rep of Turkana County. And I'm also supporting His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto as my next president.
Thank you, Moseti. Do you think you can be remote controlled by the governor of the day?
I cannot be remote controlled by the governor
Very
of the
well.
day.
Daniel?
Yeah, thank you so much, honorable members. I think on the issue of leadership, it is, according to me, leadership is not parties. Leadership is the capability of an individual to start with. I am in support of Azimio la Umoja by Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, a patriot of Kenya, a realistic man who says and does. Then I am in Democratic Congress Party led by Peter Kenneth. And in terms of who I support and which coalition I am, I think I go as per individual capability. That is to say, those people who can work for the community, those people who can work for the people. None other than the Azimio la Umoja, Governor Muñez. Then, on the women representative, I support a mature, a representative, someone who can articulate, someone who can definitely engage even stakeholders from outside the country in support of youth and women. None other than Susan Aletia. As per her experience and her work record. Then on the issue of MP, I'm in support of somebody who can not be remote controlled. And some of you experienced it. I cannot support somebody because of finances, because of handouts, because of richness, because of having acquired ill-gotten wealth so that they can definitely secure elective position. I am in support of a simple man, someone who can definitely deliver. Track record is known, both in non-governmental organization and the previous engagements. That is Peter Ekai Lokol, the previous deputy governor of Nanok. Then on the issue of MCA, on the issue of the senator, on the issue of senator, I'm in support of Honorable Professor Malkehal because of reasons that you know. So I know he's a staff, a man that has stood with the people of Turkana in terms of allocations. He's following up with what Honorable Ekwe did. So I think it is good to support leadership, not handouts, to support capability, not influence, and to support those people who will represent us, and so that they can realize change that you have been yearning for all long time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the issue of manipulation. I've been working with the non-governmental organization for 21 good years and in partner with the county government. So not even a single day they've even manipulated me in terms of the programs that I've been implementing across the county. Even if we partner with the county government, we have to have a stand on how we ensure we deliver what we intend to do, so that we can definitely have the impact of such programs. And that is what I will definitely do as an MCA. I will stand firm with the priorities of my people, because I'm answerable to them. I'm not answerable to everyone, but if the governor is answerable to me, because I can definitely do 1, 2 things according to the Constitution. So I should stand firm, represent my people, then we get some steps in terms of development. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much. We are not receiving any question because we are at the tail end of the show. I would wish to get the parting shot from the 2 candidates before we make our closing remarks. Let's start with Moseti. What is your parting shot?
Thank you very much. I want to thank Chocha TV and our Iron Lady Trisa Kachila and Daktari Tioko for hosting this historic show. And if we will continue like this, actually we are going to get people who are going to debate, people who are going to represent, and people who are going to make laws, that is legislation. So I call upon the people of Lodwar Township to believe in me, to trust me, that I am available, approachable, and accessible. So I am ready to serve you people. I therefore say, kindly vote for me.
Thank you.
Vote wisely.
Thank you, Moses.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Daniel, your parting shot. Be brief.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to thank the Chocha TV crew for organizing such kind of event. It's really encouraging. This platform will definitely identify who is who in terms of representation. So it is good, and I've really enjoyed. It's just a matter of time, but this time round, I want right leadership in place without being influenced. So let's have realistic development in terms of choosing the right leaders this time round. So what I come to implement what I've been implementing in organizations. The managerial aspect, the experience. So it is something that I will definitely implement to the latter to ensure township has a different face and is somewhere that can be admired by others that are not with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Daniel. Anyone from the plenary who would wish to make a remark? Anyone who wishes to make a remark? Yes. Brace tutakuja kwake tu. Yes, Collins? Please get him a mic. I hope you'll be brief.
Thank you. First and foremost, I would like to thank God for this day. Number 2, for the aspirants, their candidates. The 2 candidates for coming. Of course, it's not easy. We were expecting 2 have turned up, and we thank God. Number 3, we want to thank the moderators. There's not been an easy job, and you have done it very well. And for the aspirants, for the plenary, thank you for coming. I know we were expecting the hall to be full to the brim, but for the little time that you get and you sacrifice so that you come here to hear about the future of Lodwar Township, I think it's a thumb up. And next time, let's put in mind the manifestos that they have and let's choose wisely. And lastly, let this campaign be a peaceful campaign. We don't expect bloodshed, and let's remain friends as time goes on. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
It was one person from the plenary. We want to close the show. But before I close the show, I want to introduce the sponsors of this show. To start with, I would wish to recognize the presence of William Loboikal. Inua mkono tukusalimie, and that beautiful lady near him, that is Ateker TV. And we have this other great man called Joseph. He is the man behind Turkana, the YouTube page.
This is Turkana.
This is Turkana. Then back there, Alan, you can introduce your team so that we go to Brisbane. Huyo ndio jamaa anatupatia mkate hapa. Kabla mkuje sisi tulikuwa tushakula mkate, hiyo ndio ilikuwa sapa yetu. Tuendelee, Alan.
Thank you very much, Daktari. I'm accompanied by my friend and marketer, Victor Mana, and I'm Alan Nathan. I'm the director of Sunbream Premium. And we are happy that we are given the chance to sponsor the debate. Thank you.
Asante sana Daktari. I think this has been very good, and being a starting point, I really want to thank our two honorables down there. We are really proud of you. This is really good, and we really applaud. This young man here raised a very important fundamental question that all of us, we really need to think about. And this is something that touches to the core of who we are as a community. And he raises the question, where are the indigenous people of this town? Money and everything is pushing these people away from the town. We need policies that such kind of communities and such kind of people, and this is really good. Creating such opportunity where community discussions are held, this is really great. And my great thanks to my friends and my team members. Watu ni mali. Let's keep engaging people, communities, and let's build all this together. My brother Daktari, this is so good. People of your level are now to stand with the community and be here. Asante sana Daktari. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brisbane. Dahil, if you don't mind, you can introduce your team.
Kwa wale watu wamekuja, asanteni. Kama unaona hakuna MCA hapo, those seats, 6 people confirmed, 2 came. Watu 4 wameamua wasikuje hapa kuambia watu agendas yao. I don't want to be biased, but for us to elect who we want, they need to come and tell us their vision. They need to come and tell us why should we elect them. This debate is the 3rd one in Rift Valley. The first one was in Eldoret. The second one was in Nakuru. This is the 3rd one. Those other 2 had big sponsors, had their government, their leaders, their crowd, their people. Hii moja tunabambanya. We have nothing. We have Ateker TV. It's an online platform. Wanabambanya. See ati wako na everything. You have Jose with his camera moving around looking for stories. Nobody is supporting them. Then you have me, you have Troopix, you have Balozi, and you have Steve. You can imagine a small online TV like ours bringing the likes of Daktari, a person who amejitolea kwa mali na hali. He worked hard to make sure we have this hall for us to protect the candidates. Then you have Triza, a woman who is raising kids, ameacha mzee yake, watoto yake, just to come and moderate. And you are paying them nothing, no money. Then you have the likes of you. Me, I'm happy these guys are here. Hii ni team jasho, hii ni team yangu. Tunabambanya, hii ni team bambanya. That's why unaona they are so furious nini na nini, because there's some questions that wanauliza yenye natukuza all of us. Then you have Sunbrim. Most people wamekuwa wakiniuliza, why am I with Sunbrim? Why am I with Opal Apartments? Sunbrim wanatunulia ma t-shirts yenye mnaona tunavaa za chocha nini. They are launching a new product. They have a new milk coming. Hii ni za nyumbani. We've not bring any outside investor. You have chambers. They gave us the carpet. We are supposed to pay, but walisema kwa sababu ya debate, they gave us that. You have marble events. They gave us the seats and transport, the car that we are using to transport this. Then you have the only university college in Turkana that gave us the hall. Above all, you have prison. The third HSC watatu, Madonna, Susan Aletia, Prison. And then you have the online, wala wase wenye wanatuwatch. Next Sunday, Mungu akitujalia, because we've been here, we haven't slept. Daktari ameshinda hapa. Naitwaje, Balozi is sick, fresh from surgery. He's trying to control all the media outlets huko. Triza ndio huyu ametoka radio amekuja hapa. Debra ndio huyu, didn't sleep, we were here yesterday. You see that guy alienda Zimbabwe. He has a problem with the leg. He just make sure our issues and our stories are being heard. Nothing else. Next Sunday, Mungu akitujalia, we want to host the host. Tunataka ku-host the host. We want to bring the Kanam representative. We reach out to each and every person. Some of them are busy. Some of them wanako Ruth Kuya anasema mother yake amededi, tunamwishia all the heart and condolences. We hope tutajaza hapa. Then baada ya hii, I hope prison atatufikishia na hii watu ya timu kwanza. I mean watu ni mali. Tuletewe Lodepe hapa. I hope Honorable Omale atatuletea Munyes here, Honorable Munyes. Tutatafuta mtu wa Toll. Tutatafuta mtu wa Lomurkai kama atarudishwa kwa game. Baada hiyo we also hope kijana ya mzee atatuletea Malik Ekal and the other senators, so that we have a good Sunday rather than having bad Sundays. Unaenda nyumbani hauna kitu ya kufanya. We come here, we have a debate, we scrutinize our leaders, tujue nani ndio tutamuelect atatushughulikia, au sio? For those few remarks, mimi I take my deepest, I don't know how I'm going to explain that, to each and every person mwenye ame make sure this thing ime come out alive. From Ateker TV to Daktari Logiron to Ejok FM management. Huyu ana manage radio. She's my boss. I'm supposed kurudi job ya Friday. Every Friday tukue kwa radio. I told her wacha tumalize debate. And she understood and she's here. And to these two gentlemen, wanaume, and those people when you're online, know who you're voting for. Nani unampigia kura? I better vote, niamue hata nisivote. Kama kungekuwa na venye unaweza spill your vote, unajua vote, nipatie moja naitwaje Lomalia, the other one I give to Moseti. Sababu hawa say wamekuja hapa to make sure we hear them. For those few remarks, asanteni. Daktari, sorry for taking your time. I hope mtatusaidia pia Sunday again. Next Sunday msikose mwalimu. And I almost forget. Manu. My ideas I share with Manu. Huyu. I share with him, I want to do this, ananipea tick. And to that young guy mwenye ako nyuma, anaitwa Godi, is an MC, maacha shughuli yake kuja hapa. So tunaomba mazee, tuko na till number pia, msisahau kutupa kitu. Na kama uja like page zetu, like Ateker, like Chocha, and like Turkana University page. Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki.
Thank you. Asante sana Dail. Mimi sijui nitasema nini. Mimi nashukuru hawa wanaume wawili. Naambiaga watu Lomale alinimolest when he was in form 4, I was in form 1. Na alikuja akakuwa head boy wangu. Juzi kidogo tena Moseti alikuwa kijana yangu. Mumeona nimekuwa biased kweli? Si hao ni watu wangu. I was trying to give you people an opportunity and them an opportunity, wajieleze, nyinyi mwasikize. Pia ile family iko online, mumeona watu, mumewasikiza. So I'm encouraging other people, kuja debate, elezea watu manifesto yako. Hakuna mtu anakulipisha. Sisi wengine tukianza kulipisha, kuna watu watapiga nduru. Lakini kama mtu amejitolea kuja kusaidia, mbona wewe usikuje kueleza manifesto yako kwa watu? Ama kuna mtu ametupatia pesa hapa? Dail kuna pesa ilipeka. Tumejitolea. Brisan sijui leo hata alikuwa anafaa kulala Kalokol. Anafaa ameanza kupika mkate saa hizi za kesho asubuhi, ako hapa. Watu wangu wa Ateker sijui wanaitwa wapi na governor ama sijui nini, wanafaa kuwa huko, lakini wamejitolea. Ukipata nafasi, njoo ueleze wenzako kenye unatarajia kufanya. Na pia shukuru, hizi talent ziko hapa kwetu. Ateker TV, huyu jamaa anaitwa Jose, mtawapata wapi? Si huyu jamaa ako Chams Media na amejitolea kuja kutusaidia. Kwani mnatarajia watu wa Nairobi wakuja watufanyie debate zetu za kijiji? Hata ya MCA, ati mpaka mtu atoke Nairobi? Ni nini hao wako naye yenye sisi hatuna? Kama ni kupiga domo, wote tunapiga domo. Kama ni kuuliza maswali, wote tutajikakamua. Kwa hivyo kama wewe ni mtu wa MCA, mwambie MCA wako haje hapa, akuje apate free airtime. Ile pesa unaenda kufanya nayo campaign huko kwa siku moja 20,000, 30,000. Njoo hapa uambie watu ujumbe wako. Kwa sababu saa hizi voters wako wengine wako Nairobi, wako UK, wako US. We are giving an opportunity, muje mujieleze. Wachana na uoga. Kwani kuna debate ishaiua mtu. So Waturkana wenzangu, mwache kuongojea vitu kutoka Nairobi. Pia narudishia shukran Turkana University. Hawajetu charge hata shilingi moja. In fact walituletea hata leo cleaners wa hapa. Kwa sababu una ile PR unaenda unakaa na hao, unasema sasa sisi wacha basi nikuletee mtu anaitwa Dail, hata ukimuona tu hana pesa, sasa utataka atoe nini? Sasa tukaamua tu kenye tutatoa tu ni mdomo. Dail nafikiri tumetoana na yeye mbali huko tukipiga asol. Ndio tukafika hapa. Akasema tuongee na Trisa tuone vile tutawakilisha debate. Sisi hatuna noma, si lazima tulipwe. wakati hela itapatikana, kwa sababu one time with you here, with this group, Chocha TV will be a big thing in this republic. This support system will help us make it grow. Unajua uzuri hapa hakuna uchoyo na tamaa. Watu Hatekera wamejitolea, Jose amejitolea, tuchape kazi pamoja, tusaidiane. This will not be a political TV station. We want to handle all topical issues, starting from mental health, sex and gender-based violence, CBC training. We want to get experts so that they can disseminate information to our population. Did you know CBC is training something on digital literacy? Sahi mtoto wako anajua simu yako kushinda hata wewe mwenyewe. Situpeane information via network. Dadangu Trisa, njoo upeane closing remarks, tufunge show, alafu tumalize hizi shughuli. From my heart and on behalf of Turkana University, thank you very much. Welcome again. We plan to take these debates to the ground. If we get some good cash, we will take it to Lokichar, to Lokori, to Kalokol, Kakuma, Lokitang, so that the representatives can tell their people things from the ground, not in Lodwar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Nashukuru kwa ajili ya wote ambao wameweza kuattend. Nimeamua kuongea kwa Kiswahili kwa kuwa nilikuwa naona kuna watu wana complain. I think I was here to moderate in Kiswahili because of the others ambao walikuwa tunawatarajia kwa ajili ya Kiswahili, they had requested but hawajakuja, so ikabidi pia mimi nikajikakamua pande ule mwingine. I think mwenzangu ameweza kumaliza yote, na nashukuru wafadhili wetu wote. Jumapili ijayo tutakuwa pamoja na Kanamkemer Ward. Kwa hivyo tunatarajia ya kwamba the next debate will be better and better tukiendelea. Leo ilikuwa tu mwanzo. Kwa hivyo siku zijazo itakuwa nzuri zaidi ya leo. Asante sana wote.